In a recession, many small businesses struggle to survive and compete with larger and more established players. But you don't have to give up or give in. You can use this challenging time as an opportunity to identify and leverage your unique value proposition, UVP, which is the benefit that you offer to your customers and the market that sets you apart from your competitors. Your UVP is not just a slogan or a tagline. It's a statement that defines who your product or service helps, what problem it solves, how it solves it differently or better than others, and what value it creates for your customers and your business. So how do you identify and leverage your UVP in a recession? Here are some steps you can follow. Identify your target market. You need to know who your ideal customers are, what they need, what they want, and what they value. You can do this by conducting market research, analyzing your existing customers, and creating buyer personas. Identify your pain points. You need to know what challenges, frustrations, or difficulties your target market faces that your product or service can help them overcome. You can do this by surveying your customers, listening to their feedback, and observing their behavior. Identify your benefits. You need to know how your product or service helps your target market solve their pain points and improve their situation. You need to focus on the benefits, not just the features, of your offering. You can do this by listing the outcomes, results, or advantages that your customers get from using your product or service. Identify your differentiation. You need to know how your product or service is different from or better than other alternatives in the market. You need to highlight what makes you unique, special, or superior to your competitors. You can do this by comparing your offering with others, finding your strengths and weaknesses, and emphasizing your competitive edge. Write your UVP statement. You need to summarize all the above points into a clear, concise, and compelling statement that captures the essence of your value proposition. You can use this formula. Your product or service helps your target market solve their pain point by your benefit, unlike your competitors. Communicate your UVP. You need to share your UVP with your potential and existing customers through various channels and methods, such as your website, social media, email marketing, advertising, etc. You need to make sure that your UVP is consistent, visible, and memorable across all touchpoints. Validate your UVP. You need to test and measure the effectiveness of your UVP by collecting data and feedback from your customers and the market. You need to see if your UVP resonates with them, attracts them, and converts them into loyal fans. You can do this by running A/B tests, tracking metrics, and asking for testimonials. Align your UVP. You need to align your UVP with your business operations and strategies. You need to make sure that you deliver on your promise and exceed your customers' expectations. You need to create a culture of value creation within your organization and among your partners. By identifying and leveraging your UVP in a recession, you can stand out from the crowd, attract more customers, increase revenue, and grow your business. In this section, we will talk about how to optimize your cash flow and reduce unnecessary expenses in a recession. Cash flow is the lifeblood of any business, especially during tough economic times. It is the amount of money that flows in and out of your business in a given period. Optimizing your cash flow means increasing the money that comes in and decreasing the money that goes out. Why is this important? Because having a positive cash flow will help you pay your bills on time, invest in your business growth, and survive a recession. A negative cash flow, on the other hand, will put you at risk of running out of money, defaulting on your debts, and going out of business. So how can you optimize your cash flow and reduce unnecessary expenses in a recession? Here are some tips. Assess your current finances. Start by looking at your income statement and balance sheet. How much money are you making and spending? How much do you owe and own? How long does it take you to collect payments from your customers and pay your suppliers? These are some of the questions you need to answer to understand your cash flow situation. Utilize technology for financial management. The best way to manage your cash flow is to use technology. Automated processes can help you minimize expenses and errors, and make it easier to collect payments. Accounting software also lets you see at a glance how much money is coming in and out. You can also use tools like budgeting apps, invoicing software, and payment platforms to streamline your financial operations. Reduce expenses and outgoings. Your business will need to tighten its belt during a recession, which may include making hard decisions about staffing. But there are other things you can do, such as operating a remote working model instead of paying for physical premises. You might also spend less on inventory to avoid tying up your cash and reduce storage costs. Another way to cut costs is to negotiate better deals with your suppliers, landlords, and creditors. Prepare a business cash flow forecast. A cash flow forecast is a projection of how much money you expect to receive and spend in the future. It helps you plan ahead and anticipate any cash flow gaps or surpluses. You can use historical data, market trends, and industry benchmarks to create a realistic forecast. You should also update your forecast regularly and adjust it according to changing circumstances. Review and optimize profit margins. Profit margin is the percentage of revenue that you keep as profit after deducting all expenses. It measures how efficient you are at generating income from your sales. To optimize your profit margin, you need to increase your revenue or decrease your costs, or both. You can do this by raising your prices, offering discounts or incentives for early payments, upselling or cross-selling to existing customers, expanding into new markets or niches, or finding new sources of income. Take advantage of tax deductions. Tax deductions are expenses that you can subtract from your taxable income, which lowers your tax bill. Some common tax deductions for small businesses include home office expenses, travel expenses, depreciation expenses, interest expenses, and charitable donations. You should consult with a tax professional to find out what deductions you qualify for and how to claim them. Set a budget for investments that increase value over time. While it may seem counterintuitive to spend money during a recession, some investments can actually improve your cash flow in the long run. For example, investing in marketing can help you attract more customers and increase sales. Investing in technology can help you automate tasks and save time and money. Investing in training can help you improve your skills and productivity. The key is to set a budget for these investments and measure their return on investment (ROI). Ensure personal savings. As a small business owner, your personal finances are closely linked to your business finances. If your business suffers a cash flow crisis, it may affect your ability to pay for your personal expenses as well. That's why it's important to have personal savings that can cover at least 6 months of living expenses. This will give you peace of mind and cushion you from any financial shocks. These are some of the ways you can optimize your cash flow and reduce unnecessary expenses in a recession. By following these tips, you can improve your financial health and resilience and prepare your business for growth when the economy recovers. How to innovate and adapt your products or services to meet the changing needs of your customers in a recession. A recession can be a challenging time for any business, but it can also be an opportunity to innovate and adapt your products or services to meet the changing needs of your customers. Here are some tips on how to do that. Assess opportunities. Begin by performing triage on your brands and products or services. Determine which have poor survival prospects which may suffer declining sales but can be stabilized, and which are likely to flourish during the recession and afterward. Focus your resources on the most promising ones and cut costs on the rest. Add a product or go virtual. Depending on your industry and customer preferences, you may want to add a new product or service that complements your existing ones, or switch to a virtual or online delivery mode. For example, many restaurants and cafes have added delivery or takeout options, while some fitness studios and coaches have moved their classes online. Change your audience or adapt your operations. Another way to adapt is to target a different segment of customers who may have different needs or preferences during a recession. For example, some businesses have shifted from serving consumers to serving other businesses, or from serving luxury to serving value segments. Alternatively, you may want to adapt your operations to reduce costs, improve efficiency, or increase quality. For example, some businesses have adopted lean manufacturing principles, automated processes, or outsourced functions. Amp up the value or embrace multi-level change. In a recession, customers are more price-sensitive and value-conscious. You need to communicate clearly how your products or services deliver value and solve their problems. You may also want to offer discounts, bundles, loyalty programs, or flexible payment options. However, don't compromise on quality or innovation. You can also embrace multi-level change by combining different strategies to create a more resilient and competitive business model. Intensify your impact or scout the landscape. Finally, you need to keep your innovation customer-centric. Listen to their feedback, observe their behavior, and anticipate their needs. You can use tools like surveys, interviews, focus groups, or social media to gather insights. You can also scout the landscape for new technologies, trends, or opportunities that can help you improve your products or services or create new ones. You may also want to explore partnerships, collaborations, or acquisitions with other businesses that can complement your strengths. In conclusion, a recession can be a time of crisis or a time of opportunity for your business. By innovating and adapting your products or services to meet the changing needs of your customers, you can survive and thrive in a downturn.